Welcome back to the channel Homeopathic Medication, hashtag Homeopathy for All. And today we will discuss about the one of the most useful homeopathic remedy, or one of the most useful acute homeopathic remedy, that is Aconite napellus, whose common name is monkshood and belongs to the family Ranunculaceae. So we will study about the general and characteristic symptoms of the Aconite in this video, and we will see what kind of cases that requires aconite napellus, what is the nature or origin of the disease, what is that leads to the or circumstances that leads to the precipitation of the illness in the person. So in the next slide we will study about the characteristic symptoms first of all, and you should know that there is three red flag symptom of the aconite, that is acute, sudden, violent. Further we will study about in detail in the next few slides, but at present you should know these three mental trivials and three red flag symptoms of the aconite, and the nature of illness that appears suddenly, remain for a short while as of a big storm. So it comes violently as a big storm, hails down and just go away. So this is kind of the nature of the disease of the aconite, and the process of aconite is covered with a fear, anxiety, and worry at the level of mind. So this is the basic characteristic symptom of the aconite, and the next slide we'll study about the characteristic in brief. uh, that there is great fear and anxiety of mind. The person easily affected by the atmospheric changes, persons of rigid muscular fiber, and there is intense nervous restlessness, tossing about in agony. So person basically sensitive nature, sensitive to pain, sensitive to atmospheric changes, remedy for acute inflammation and congestion, and there is sudden loss of strength. Skin is dry and hot with an intense burning thirst, and the first remedy in inflammation and inflammatory fever before localization takes place, before any organic symptoms, pathological symptoms appear: burning, tingling, coldness, and numbness sensation due to the weakness, and complaints due to the exposure to dry, cold north or west wind. So, according to the LM, and these are the basic characteristic symptom in brief of the aconite. And now we will discuss something more detail in the generalities, that is in mental general. First of all, that there is great anxiety with intense fear and restlessness, as we studied earlier, that a person and mental aspect covered with anxiety and fear all over, whether fear of death, fear of falling sick or the disease is not getting cured, fear of future, fear of stage, fear of going in crowds, fear of meeting new peoples. There is a lot amounts of forebodings, clairvoyance, anguish of the body and mind, complete that is, you can say that terror is stricken, the life is rendered miserable by fear, the person life is completely distorted. You can think that one person who is all the time is nervous, all the time in worry, all the time in you can say that there is fear, that something is going bad, something will go bad, this is not right, that is not right. What kind of effect that will bring on his body and in his life. So the with fear, screams, moans, gnaws the face, bites the nail, easily startled, and even congestion of the part due to fear, the sudden flushing of the face or any kind of part, fear of the heart attack in the aconite is very marked. So these are the very just like aurum, or just like gelsemium, and just like argentum nitricum. This covers the overall anxiety, and you can say that of general anxiety as well as social anxiety. So music is unbearable and does everything in great haste. So it is characteristic of nervous kind of people, that they used to do everything in great haste because they feel that something is not good, something is not right all the time. Further, moving on, the physical generals. The physical generals that we already discussed, all complaints are acute, violent, and sudden, and they're sensitive to drafts of the cold air, especially during perspiration or the checked perspiration. So that suppression of the perspiration due to the sudden change in the atmosphere, just coming from outside in the some cool kind of atmosphere. So that leads to the that precipitation of disease. The serous membrane and muscular tissue affected markedly. There is burning thirst for large amount of cold water, and there is bitter taste in the mouth. The complaints due to the dry cold weather, and also from very hot weather. So you say dry cold weather and from hot weather, the weather of June and July, and the basically June, the summer peak, and the weather of coming of the winters, just like at present October November. Acute inflammation, congestion with a burning sensation, all complaints are of a brief and so no periodicity. The cases will be limited to 1, 2, or at most the 3 days. It is not prescribed in the cases running for 10 days, or if not prescribed in the cases uh, on the 7th day of the case or on the 5th day of the case. It is prescribed the first as a first remedy for any kind of acute inflammatory disorder. Pains are like knives that cutting, stabbing, and stinging. So according to the Ken, and as we discussed, there is no periodicity. It is not like a remnant or intermittent kind of a or remnant kind of a disorder that coming and comes and go and comes and go. It is comes, remains for a short while, and just go down as it came. Thank you for watching. Subscribe the channel for more such videos, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you.